Hey guys, just a quick update to start off the new year. First thing I've managed to pick up for an absolute steal of a price was this monitor. It's a 24-inch widescreen AOC monitor in white. It was all really thin and lovely, and it was only a tenner, which came up on my local Facebook marketplace, so I just couldn't let it go for that. It's kind of given me a bit of an idea as well. I think what I'm going to do is rebuild my X58 system. I'm going to take it out of that case, just empty it all out, keep that for another build to pair with that monitor, which I think will look absolutely smashing, and I'm going to rebuild the X58 system in the mini catalyst case. Partly because it will save space. The case is considerably smaller, so I can actually stick that somewhere a bit more discreet and have the X58 system a bit more readily available to use. And I think I may also see if I can fix this crack. I may or may not go ahead with that, I'm not totally sure yet, but my thought was to perhaps replace this panel, because I think, although the manufacturers don't seem to be getting back to me about buying a replacement panel, I can buy a piece of acrylic and remove these little clips here and simply double-sided tape, obviously with some stronger tape, a new piece of acrylic there, and it'll look just fine. I mean, I've got no plans of getting rid of the X58 system anytime soon. I'm going to have it for at least a few more months, so while it's here and while I've got this case for free, then I might as well make use of it. I would normally put a build in it and try and sell it, but that crack really just, I think, is going to put people off, and I'm more excited about the idea of rebuilding that system in the small case and having it a lot more usable for me. And at some point I have got to rebuild my actual daily system into this case as well, which I've painted white, which I think is looking pretty good. Another quick bargain which arrived this morning, which prompted me to record this, I picked that up last night I should say, was this, which anyone who has used PCs will know. This is a 750 Ti, and they are just an absolute classic, brilliant card. Actually, as I'm looking at this, I can see it's one of the ones which don't require power as well, which makes it even more useful. Ooh, thinking about that might pair well with one of these Dells. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait to benchmark this and see what it can do. Yeah, just an absolute steal. I managed to get that for 20 quid, which some of you may laugh, you may have picked up on for cheaper, but around here, I think because of their notoriety and just how damn legendary they are, that is an absolute steal, and I cannot wait to benchmark it. I have had one before, loved it to pieces, only upgraded because of PUBG, which it turns out I'm rubbish at, but anyway, I'm waffling. So yeah, a couple of bargains and a bit of an idea of a build, maybe a video, I don't know, who sees. But yeah, let's move on and see what else I can pick up throughout the month. Woohoo! Hey guys, another little update. In this time we're looking at a new graphics card. It's, well, I say new, it's obviously one I've just picked up for cheap. It's an R7240, 2GB, so nothing too heavy, but it's perfect to complete another machine. And also this here, which you may recognise from a couple of videos ago. It's an advent that I got for dirt cheap. That basically I just wanted the motherboard and bits out of, which I've since used. But what I did get was this here. I forgot to make a little video. It's just an Intel socket 1156 board. It's a first gen i3 on there, but I picked it up for next to nothing, and I had 8 gigs of RAM, which I wanted. So as you've seen before, I've picked up the motherboard to essentially pilfer the bits that came in the bundle. And yeah, nothing too exciting so far this month. You will notice that a lot of the updates are for smaller things, but this is just simply because with everything I've had from last month, I've still got a few systems to get rid of. So currently got 3 Dells, 2 of which hopefully I've just found a buyer for. That one I'm in no rush to get rid of. This i3 system, which I built with that board, is actually sold together with that to the same guy. It's somebody who seems to like picking up the cheap computers off me. I think he's got his own little hustle going on, so that's fine. I can work with that, no problem. And yeah, just another couple of bits to add to the pile, and hopefully get a few of these systems completed and out of here. I have got a plan with this as well. I'm just going to be putting together a video for what I've done with that. Basically, I am going to be putting my main system into that case. So yeah, when I picked it up originally, it was for the X58 build, which was originally going to be my main one. Since then, I've moved it to that case, which I've repainted white. You can see it's all in there, it's all ready to go. I'm really chuffed with that. Although it's not, obviously it's quite an old school case, it's perfect for what I want, so I'm really happy with how that turned out. And although I was originally going to build and sell that case, build the PC into it and sell the case, I've changed my mind. I'm going to actually rebuild my main day-to-day PC into that case, because I always loved it. That's why I bought it in the first place for me. That's why I've even gone for the white 1070, you might be able to see in there. So it's all going to look really smart, and it also means I can review the case properly as well, which I didn't do at the time. It is a really good quick case from KMax. It's the GameMax, I should say. It's the Falcon, so it's well worth reviewing. Definitely a high quality bit of kit, I think, for cheap anyway. Okay, so that's enough of this update. I'm kind of waffling. Hopefully next time I add a bit more to it, there'll be something slightly more interesting for you. See you in the next update. Hey guys, not that you would know it from the video, but it's actually been maybe nearly a week since the last update I've added, because I've been meaning to get rid of some bits and bobs, which I have done so. A couple of PCs have gone and stuff. But in the meantime, I picked up this, which I'm really excited about. Most of the time, apart from those Dells, which were just ridiculously cheap, I don't get too excited because, you know, it's all just part and parcel. But if this is what the spec said it was, it's an oldie but a goldie. But anyway, I'm going to shut up, turn the camera off, and get this open, and we'll take a look. Okay, there it is. It came with a couple of accessories as well. But what we've got here is a little HP. Looks like an older one, but it's one of their top of the range ones. So it's got a Blu-ray player in there, an i7 first generation, which I'm going to have some fun playing with, seeing what that can do. Should have a 500GB SSD, 16GB of RAM. Yeah, I picked it up for like 40 quid, so it's just crazy amount of stuff in there, which is usable. Obviously I'll take the good stuff out myself, essentially downgrade it and resell that for hopefully a healthy profit, and have some decent bits left over. But before I get too excited, I think I might plug it in and just turn it on and see if it actually works. Because, you know, you never know, could have had a lemon here. So give me a second, let's turn it on. Okay, this little beast is now on. Really quiet as well. I did quite like how that logo lights up and things. And yeah, as you can see, it's got the first gen i7 in there, 16GB of RAM, has a 500GB SSD in there from Samsung as well. This thing must have been a really expensive machine when it was new, because it seems to have everything on there. It's even got a TV card, which is fascinating, I suppose. If I can get something like that working, I'd just be more curious to see how that would work nowadays. I think the graphics card, let's take a look. Just give me a second, I'm going to have to swap hands here. Sorry if I'm covering the mic. I think it's just like an old GeForce, yeah, GeForce 230, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to plant one of my many other cards in there when I have a bit of fun with it, but yeah, good stuff, I think. I think the only thing left to do now is crack the side off and have a quick look, see what the RAM is. Hopefully it's 4 sticks in there rather than 2, but either way that's going to be really useful. Yeah, let's have another quick look inside. Right, so that's what's going on the inside. Nothing too exciting, but yeah, we've got the Samsung SSD hidden in there, which I will run that through Crystal Disk, see what kind of state that's in. But they're a very reputable drive, so that should be good. I've looked out on the memory as well. It looks like we've got 4 sticks of crucial 1600 megahertz. There's a neat little graphics card in there, the GT230 as we now know. Might benchmark it, see what it can do. I usually am interested. I've tried a 210 before and that thing's basically only useful for a HDMI port. But yeah, it might be alright, let's see. I'll obviously be taking all of the goodies out of this once I've given it a good clean down, but I think I may even save that for its own video, because I'm interested to see A, what this can do right now out of the box, and B, once I've cleaned it and stripped it down a bit, as well as replaced the graphics card and stuff, what can we get out of it. But overall, very tidy little unit. I'm curious to see, nothing looks too bespoke on there. It's kind of standard power supply connections. The front panel looks like it shouldn't be anything too heavy at all, so I would be curious to see if I can transplant this into another case, maybe. I may just forget about that, I don't know, but because there's quite a few goodies in here which I quite like. I like the card reader, I like the general look of it really. It's even got a little expansion area there. Just a neat little thing, I'm really quite pleased with it. It should be some good fun and hopefully maybe even a bit of content out of there as well. And easily I should be able to get my money back and much more once I've taken out and kind of refactored what I want to do with it. Power supply. It's even got a fairly decent output on the power supply, 460 watts as well. I don't suppose there's a decent connector on there. Well, bugger me, there it is right there as well. So yeah, I mean, honestly, this looks like I've really landed on my feet with this one. Should be some fun stuff, and a pretty good update for my pickups, I think, as well. Winning. Hey guys, another quick update. This one arrived just now, I've just unboxed it. Not fantastic condition, but it'll be absolutely fine for what I want. Just a nice little ZooStorm machine, which I got for like 20 quid. We'll open that up in a second, because I think it's got a quite usable 1155 motherboard in there, which I want to use for another build. Or potentially just flip it straight, because I had a nice 500 gig hard drive in there as well. Pretty much ready to go. And I think one 4 gig stick, so some usable bits in there. This is that HP i7, but the bit I'm showing you, which I've just had, is this. Just trying to get out of the light. It's a really nice GTX 760 I got for like £29. I put it in there because I'm currently going to see what I'm recording a video, just seeing what this thing can do, because it is still quite a beast really. It's a first gen i7, but with all of the RAM, the SSD and things like that in there, I think that'll perform really well, but I've got another video coming on that. And I suppose one thing I should say, I've splashed out on a camera. Obviously the one I'm using now is still going to be my main point and shoot, but for when I'm trying to be a bit more, well, when I want to up my game, I've got a nice little 550D Canon, which I know it's an older model, but it works really well. It lets me manually focus and things, so yeah, it's just a funky little camera to hopefully take things up a notch. I think that's it for the moment. I've got a couple more bits and bobs on the way, so I'll obviously let you know when they arrive. But yeah, the pickups are going pretty smoothly. I've still got these 3 Dells here. I think that one is going tomorrow. The other one's still advertised, and that one I still think I'm going to keep, but you know what I'm like, I always change things. I've had a little bit of a change around of my setup as well. I've got my X58 build here, permanently set up to be on that monitor. I've got a little wireless dongle there for a wireless keyboard and mouse, so I can basically just kick it in or start testing, benchmarking graphics cards or hard drives or anything like that really easily. Just pop it on and away you go. Anyway, that's enough for this little update. I will see you in the next one. Wait, I realise now I forgot to show you the inside of this thing, which I don't know how well it's going to come across, but it's so dusty in there. I don't want to get too close, but it's really grim, it's really caked in dust in there, but that's not a problem obviously. I can just get my old blower out on there, no problem. And yeah, for what I paid, this could either be a very straightforward flip. Ugh, look at that pile of dust on there. Yeah, it could either be a straightforward flip, or more than likely I'm just going to strip it down and use the parts individually. Nice little Asus 1155 motherboard as suspected. Tidy little thing. I think it's got a Pentium G850 in there if I remember rightly. I'm not going to take it off now to show you because it's disgusting. I don't really want to get anywhere near that or breathe any of that in, so I'll wait until I've got a bit of time and clean it all up. One stick of DDR4, one stick of 4GB DDR3. That's going to be just something I like to take anyway to add to my pile of in my RAM box there, and a 500 hard drive. So yeah, some useful, tasty bits. Anyway, see you in the next update. Okay, more stuff to add. This time in a very familiar package. We've got a couple more of these little HP small form factor ones. These are actually AMD units. I think the processor is an A4 5300, something of that nature. I paid about 30 quid, so you know, £15 each. I'll just need to slap a hard drive in, which, as you can see, I'm not exactly sure on. The funky little things. They've got USB 3, etc. on there, so perfectly usable. You know, pretty straightforward flip, nothing too exciting. But you know me, I can't really say no to a bargain. Probably going to quiet down on the purchases for a little bit. With it being January, things are a bit quiet on the old sales front, and I've still got a few PCs and stuff here built up, so they need to go before I really start adding more stuff here and running out of room. Anyway, unless I have more stuff arrive which I've forgotten about, this might be the last update for this particular video. Actually, I think I have got one more thing, so I won't say my goodbyes quite yet. Okay, this should be the very last update of this particular video. We're just coming up to February now. I think it's the 28th today, and this is the last thing I've got on the way. So yeah, a little bit different. It's a laptop, which obviously I don't normally deal with, but it was like 25 quid. It just needed Windows installing on it apparently, and it's arrived this morning. I've unboxed it, turned it on, and yeah, it seems alright. I've got my Windows key in there now. I'm gonna pop it on there and install all the drivers and stuff, but it's just a tidy little laptop. Obviously not too amazing specification, but this is for my girlfriend, so she's got a laptop at the moment, which is fine, but a lot of the USBs for some reason don't work, so if I can get a replacement for her, all she does is go on the internet and maybe play The Sims, so this would be perfect. Yeah, tasty little laptop really. There you go. I think I was looking at the screen a bit much, so you couldn't really see much there, but yeah, nothing too exciting, just nice, quiet, cheap little laptop. Winner.